So Miguel had a phenomenal first half, 13 points, and there's a lot of talk of the hometown connections across the DMV, but those span internationally. Jack, it is right now 102 decibels. That is how loud the crowd is right now in the Xfinity Center. I mean, these kids are bringing the energy, and I think Maryland is just playing off of that. They love the energy themselves, but these kids are really helping them bring that to the next level. We're going to see her roll that crease, pushed backwards. You see the sticks come across her body, so that is a check across the body. It looks like she hit her head on the fall, but it looks like what Hopkins is asking for on the review is if it was a dangerous follow-through against Chrissy Thomas against Hopkins' defense. So that's why Hopkins is asking for this review, and you see Thomas roll that crease, and as she shoots through, you see her hit the Hopkins defender in the head with her follow-through. So it looks like that's what Hopkins is arguing for. It was a foul on the shot against Hopkins, and Thomas should have the 8-meter, but it depends what they're going to rule with that yellow card if that is dangerous follow-through against Thomas.
Wow. Thank you for the insight, Alexa. Let's go down one more time to the sideline. Alexa Wootten has more.
Yeah, so Ben, on in that call, it's going to be a yellow card against both teams. Both Hopkins defender and Maryland's Chrissy Thomas are going to be given those yellow cards. Thomas for the dangerous follow-through on the shot, and then for Hopkins, it's going to be a check, not across the body, but a check to the head is what the officials called, and that's where both yellow cards come in. We see, again, Thomas rolling that crease, and you see the check come against her own head, and then the follow-through through number 24. On Hopkins, she's hit in the head, and that's where those two calls are going to come from. It's now going to be a 6v6, both teams playing a man down now. Maryland will retain possession, and the shot clock will not reset. This offseason was all about Derek Queen. He was named the 2024 McDonald's All-American Boys Game co-MVP, and you could feel the hype. Maryland had 50 free throw attempts in that game. They really know how to drive inside, use their size advantage, and draw that contact. And we've seen it so far early in this game, and that can definitely be a strength Maryland can use against a tough Michigan State defense. Maryland right now is averaging 29 points off the bench a game. They really have so much depth to this team, and Michigan State's not much different. Both teams able to play at least 9 to 7 players a game. Thanks, guys. I'm here with Selton Miguel. Congratulations on the big win. Selton, it feels like each game this season you just continue to build upon one another. Do you feel more comfortable each game in this Maryland uniform?
Yes, for sure. Each game is a new conference to me, a new team to me. We are new to each other. So Coach really just keeps saying, stay confident and take game by game. So that's what I'm trying to do, just take game by game every day.
You have a special connection with the Willard family. You played for Maryland head coach Kevin Willard's father, Ralph, also coached alongside him. What is it like to now get to coach against Kevin tonight?
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time, and his family is very, very special to me. I mean, there's nothing that I could have done in this game without his dad. And
Cheyenne, you guys started the season 12-0, tied for the best start since the 2018-2019 season. A lot of new faces on this squad, but already seems that you have such great chemistry together. What has really made this team successful so far?
Yeah.
And then today in the game, you guys were so successful from the line. You had 50 attempts from the free throw line. What about your offense just allows you to draw that contact inside and capitalize on those moments? She's going to send it to the top. Hopkins defense forces that out. Ho has it. Back to Wademan at X. Ho. On top of the 12, the dodge does not take the drive. That one knocked away by Regan O'Brien. She has just been a thief on the defensive end, taking away pass after pass.
So it's Hopkins needed on its defensive end, really taking the pressure off of Giardina as well.
Hopkins moving fast. Haas. The feed, quick ball movement, and what a play by Johns Hopkins, number 21 for the Blue Jays. Campbell Case finishes off the 1, 2, 3, 4 pass and a goal. There's going to be an extension with the stick and push against Hopkins. That's going to come against number 24, Jillian McNaughton, as that is going to put number 12 for the Nittany Lions, Peyton Wademan, on the hanging hash. Wademan on the hanging hash on the left side of the fan, elects to pull it out, sends it over to Ho. Ho, the quick bounce shot, and she's got it. Erica Ho from range just slices Johns Hopkins defense.
Well done by Erica Ho to work down the right wing, get that shot on, then she threw that stick all the way back to Happy Valley. You know how much it means for Erica Ho with her second of the game. Again, gets that space right there before the second Blue Jay defender comes in. A momentous goal for Penn State. Cuts that lead down to 2 for Hopkins.
And that was so smart from Wayneman. She saw that all of Hopkins' defense was shifted over to that left side. She saw Ho open on the other side of the 12, was able to quickly get that pass off, give Ho that momentum to cut in and find that gap in the defense. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Ho has the ball on her stick. 3 seconds. Ho checked away and a foul called. 1 second on the shot clock. That was Regan O'Brien with the foul, and that is a hard call for Johns Hopkins. They had 1 second left on the shot clock. They're not putting Ho on the 8 meter, and you see the foul right there on your screen.
Yeah, for O'Brien, she was on the stick side of Ho, came down and just used that long stick to get into Ho's way. This is a dangerous position if you're Johns Hopkins with Ho at the free start.
Erica Ho, the whip and the goal right as the shot clock expires. The power behind Erica Ho from the 8 meter. From X. Gonzalez. Still with the ball on her stick. The feed to Angelo. Angelo, the fake high and the shot down low. Ava Angelo gets one on the day. Penn State just not able to time up their passes on a couple of those on-the-run looks, something they're going to need to fix if they want to keep themselves in this game. Hopkins. And that one is taken away by Manning. It was Taylor Haas looking for the pass behind Cage, and Manning, active, comes out of the crease and swipes it. Hopkins, and they're tough redefend. Their attack has been so good about slowing this ball down for their defense as Penn State quickly moves into their attack. The quick shot and the goal. That's number 15, Emma Kelly. Penn State starting things strong. A power shot from Kelly to make this a 1-goal difference. It's going to be Haas with it now. Brooke Haas brings it over the restraining line. Penn State quickly moving it. Brooke Haas gets it back. The give and go and the goal. Penn State takes advantage of Johns Hopkins' defense not being matched up. Down to X with McKinney. McKinney, the feed, and that one is swiped away by Regan O'Brien. She has been all over the place on this defensive end, just picking off one pass after another. And Johns Hopkins wastes no time coming upfield. Smith with the ball in her stick. Waits for the addition of her teammates as they sub onto that offensive end of the field. Angelo now with the ball. She sends it down to X. Haas with the ball in her stick. Uses a screen from Smith. Haas still has it. The feed to Kilbasa. Kilbasa, the quick shot right in front of the cage. And she's got it. Hopkins takes an 8-5 lead over Penn State.
Does Ward take a shot? Looking for her second goal. Behind the back score from Emma Ward. What can't the graduate do right now for Syracuse?
I mean, talk about a highlight play right there. She wasn't even looking at the goal. Emma Ward is such a strong scorer. You're going to see the takeaway right there. That's Benoit, a great interception from the sophomore defender. And then Emma Ward rolls that crease. Kennedy Major in the same position again, trying to force her out. Doesn't even have to turn her body, the behind the back shot.
Take a look at Sports Center later today. You might see that one from Emma Ward.
Maryland with the fast break. We see the save right here. Lubecker open with the quick shot. Cardello off her helmet. Oh. She makes the save. 15 seconds remaining.
And this is such a nitpicky thing, but it was so smart by Sailor Pfaffenbarger. She was actually on the wing in that transition. She dropped down, pulling DeBerry's defender into the middle, having to decide who to go to, leaving DeBerry wide open. That's just such a smart play off the ball. I am loving Maryland's IQ. Beautifully placed, just a little too high. I mean, that's inches from being a goal.
From Ward to Caroline Trinkus. Her second goal puts the Orange back up by 5.
That is what Emma Ward does. She's so good with those behind-the-back goals, behind-the-back passes, and we're going to take another look at it. You see, she draws that second slide, the attention, finds her teammate. Trink is able to capitalize even a step further, but we were just talking about it with Corey Edmondson, using that attention you draw to get your teammates better looks. Emma Ward has done that all game, rolling that crease, finds the double coming, quickly gets rid of it from behind the back, finds Trinkus. Trinkus makes it an even better play.
How about the style of Syracuse right now? It's a 3rd assist and a 6th overall point that goes to Emma Ward. 2nd goal for Caroline Trinkus. The freshman doing her thing so far. How about Emma Ward playing all over as we expected her to, Alexa? She's got 6 of the 11 points so far for the Orange. She's getting it done both passing as expected and with the hat trick of her own.
Yeah, there's really no surprise. Emma Ward, 5th-year player, she's so good. I don't know what else you can say about her. She knows how to play the game of lacrosse, and she's so smart with every decision she makes. And you saw when that ball, it was a great through ball, but you saw Luke Van Hukelum go it, and you saw him miss it, and you could hear the entire stadium just with the, oh, like so close. But, I mean, another great look by Maryland, really putting pressure on this Brown back line.
Maryland's draw unit, second to none. Yeah. They have Ball on there, they have Ahern, they have Smith, all three constantly contributing on every single draw, and that's why they're dominating in the circle.
That's an easy handoff the Terps can use all night. They're going to send that double against Dulcie, have Kubek slide down low every time.
And Alexa, Maryland just can't afford to be without a goal to start a quarter like it did in the second, now facing a 5-goal deficit in the third.
Yeah, Maryland's going to want to move the ball quickly, try to get a good look, and there they do. A big goal from Maryland.
Right when you say it, the pass from Chrissy Thomas to the first goal this season with Maisie Clevenger. A quick response from Maryland.
Yeah, right there, Chrissy Thomas, great job seeing that cutting Clevenger. Hits her, Clevenger quick sticks it in, and we're going to take another look at that. Moves the ball around the back of the crease. Clevenger, 1-2, and a goal for the two players that usually are in that X position, really working well together. And it went away quickly, but you saw right there, every single Maryland player had their hands up wide, completely taking over the inside of that three-point interior, showing how much space they take up on the defensive end.
Well, we just said Ball is the ringleader for Maryland's defense. Spillis is the ringleader for Rutgers' entire game. We were talking about it earlier. She has 68 total goals on the season. Her teammate behind her, Peyton Tini, only has 17. So someone Maryland is definitely going to want to shut down today.
Griffith is begging to get that
you
first goal.
You can feel him itching for it. He is so close every single time. Talk about fighting it out. You're going to see the replay of it right here. McLean, fully double team, triple team, has another defender come at her, and she fights to get that shot off and draws that foul. In their exhibition game against Frostburg State and against UMBC, they shot under 20%, but that's a way to kick it off, make that three, and make a statement that Maryland women's basketball believes they can shoot the ball. You look at the stat sheet at the end of this game, you're going to see that statistic stand out. The transition, fast break points, the steals, that has really been the key to Maryland's success in the second half to allow them to spread that lead so far.
Here with you pregame. My name is Jack Bowman, alongside me Alex Wootten, and a big game and big day, not just for these teams, but for the Big Ten as a whole.
That's right. This is going to be a great matchup today, but we got to take a look at those Big Ten standings, as that is going to determine a lot of what happens in the Big Ten tournament coming up soon. At 4 p.m., we also have Oregon versus USC, and of course, the game we're here to watch today, Maryland versus Johns Hopkins. So a lot of fun lacrosse up today, and we kind of want to go big picture here with the Big Ten and break down where all these teams are going to land. So Northwestern at OSU, like we mentioned, clinched that #1 seed. Ohio State needs a win to stay in contention for that Big Ten tournament.
And they actually need a lot of things to happen, as they're facing a Michigan team that's really good defensively on their own.
That's right. Michigan, 6th in the NCAA in scoring defense. They only allow 8.6 goals per game, and they have 117 caused turnovers. This defensive unit is one that is hard to beat. They do a great job of containing the opposition on attack, and that is going to be huge for them against Rutgers.
I like being doubted. I think it's more fun, and it kind of fuels your fire a little bit.
Fueled by comments like, "She's too young. Women can't coach male sports."
People are always going to say things.
Allie Coyle first started coaching soccer at Blair High School as the girls' JV coach.
She was teaching English learners physics when some of her students' rec team coach quit. So they asked Coyle to step in to coach a boys' team, which would be her first. A few years later, Coyle became the first woman to win a Maryland boys soccer state title, the school's first in almost 50 years, earning her the respect she had long been disregarded. After the semifinals match, Walt Whitman High School head coach Dave Green, a 7-time state champion coach, conceded and told Coyle, "You outcoached me."
I think out of everything, that comment might mean the most.
Coyle proved to young women that they can successfully coach any sport and any team.
Coaches that coach well are good coaches. But to have a female, a woman, come through and do that is extra special.
Her male athletes got the message too.
I think everything that she's done, she deserves so much recognition. I think it's a step in the right direction because women can be coaches of men's teams and they can do a lot and go win state championships.
We all benefit from that. I mean, it literally will strengthen everything when you have nothing but positive, hardworking adults in front of kids.
I always tell them if someone has an issue with someone we're playing, you don't say anything back. You just put it up on the board, put it on that scoreboard, and that'll do your talking for you.
Coyle learned this years ago when an opposing coach called her lady during an entire match. Her team responded with a win and an Instagram post captioned simply, "Lady." Alexa Wootten, CNS TV.
Called him up one night and said, "Look, I got a favor for you. I would like a favor of you." And he's like, "Anything."
Coach Freddie Walters is talking about the night he called Ben Cruson, whose wife Christy was standing next to him when that call came in.
Freddie was like, "Ben, I want your son to play on my lacrosse team." And he was like, "Well, Kyler's too old."
So, "Well, I'm not talking about Kyler, I'm talking about Caleb." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, I want him to be part of the Dark Horse Lacrosse Club." And he's like, "Absolutely." And I said, "I only have one rule." And he's like, "What's that?" I said, "I will not treat him any different than I treat any of the other players on the team."
And that was a great night when he called. It always kind of broke my heart that he wasn't going to be able to play.
He, Christy and Ben's son Caleb, faced challenges from the moment he was born.
Caleb was a week overdue and was born not breathing.
The Crusons found out Caleb was born with cerebral palsy. Caleb grew up going to all of his brother Kyler's games. Everyone at Saints Peter and Paul knew Caleb. He always had the biggest smile on his face, and it was clear to the coaches that he loved lacrosse. Patrick Tracy, the then head coach, heard Caleb say he wanted to play.
You only heard him say it once, and boom, he was on it.
But how could Caleb play lacrosse?
So he grabs the stick, he holds it, and that's where he gets into it. And when he's ready to go, he pulls it back as far as he can, and then he lets it go, and that's his shot, that's his pass.
Every day, he worked with Freddie to be able to drive the wheelchair, hold the stick, and shoot the ball. Sometimes
so hard that he gets blisters on his hands from where he holds it. He doesn't complain, and he wants to keep going.
And Caleb's coach wanted him in the game.
I went into the officials and said, "Look, I really would like to try to get our boy in the wheelchair at the end of the game. I'll save a timeout, call a timeout, let him come on."
Caleb is now homeschooled, but he's still allowed to play for Saints Peter and Paul. And he told me he loves it.
How do you like playing lacrosse?
I like it.
You like it a lot?
Yeah.
Caleb, get the angle here.
He's going to recreate it. Goes around, shot, goal!
The whole Severn bench, our bench, everybody on the field huddle around him and start jumping around him. I mean, it was just incredible.
And Caleb?
He just had the biggest smile on his face and just laughing. Oh my, it was priceless.
Severn included Caleb's goal in the official book.
Make him feel like he was a contributor on that day, which I think he was in so many different ways.
The play went viral.
I wasn't expecting it, but I went on, I saw it, and I was like, no way, there's Caleb.
Caleb is teaching us more than we'll ever teach him, and he's teaching us that at the end of the day, it's just a game. That's probably the biggest thing that, that Caleb brings to the team, just with that smile and his love of life, yet alone the love of lacrosse, is that, hey, be happy with what you have. Life's short. Live it and have fun, and that's Caleb to the T.
Alexa Wootten, CNS TV.